Alright, hey everybody. Yes, so as you guys heard, my name is Lahiru Samarasinghe, and that's a name that people often have a hard time pronouncing, which is very frustrating for me, right? Because it's my fucking name. Like, I've heard it my whole life. It's easy for me, so it's very frustrating when I see other people have difficulty with it. But then I realized that there are other people that have it harder than I do. One time I was on Hinge and I saw this girl, her first name was spelled D-O-R-C-A-S. And I thought she was really cute, I liked the way that she had answered all the different prompts and stuff. But I had to swipe left, I had to say no. Because my best guess at how to say her name was Dorcas. You said it was Dorcas. And that's not a name you guess, right? Like, if you're gonna shoot that shot, you cannot fucking miss. There's no recovering if you're wrong. Yeah, so Dorcas and I are not meant to be, unfortunately. More about me, I'm the oldest sibling in my family. Do we have any oldest siblings here? Good with you? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you relate to this at all, but growing up, as the oldest sibling, I was always referred to as the golden child. And then as I became an adult, I realized that was just my parents' nice way of saying, yeah, you're gonna do whatever the fuck we want you, won't you? You're a little bitch boy, yeah! And the thing is, they weren't wrong. I followed all of the rules growing up. When I was in high school and my friends were out partying and drinking, I was at home watching Little House on the Prairie with my parents. Seeing a teenage Mary Ingalls go blind was the most intense part of my childhood. So. No, I do think there are real adult repercussions to becoming the golden child. Now, if I ever want to smoke weed, I have to ask my little brothers both for the weed and how to smoke. They resort to rolling up a joint, putting it in an envelope, putting illustrated instructions in there. They're sending me IKEA weed is what's happening. They're sending me IKEA weed. No, I don't know a ton about weed, but I do know that it severely improves the quality of season 3 of Little House on the Prairie. It's a much better show now. More about me, I go to therapy. Does anyone here go to therapy? Yeah, we're in Minneapolis, of course, yeah, we all do. But I like therapy a lot. I started in January of 2020, and holy fucking shit. The longer that year went on, the better timing that became. Right? That was before 2020 had really made a name for itself. We were still in the Australian wildfires section of that shitstorm. And here we are now. No, I like therapy a lot. Two people that don't really care for therapy are my parents. There's this weird, brown culture thing of not really giving a shit about mental health until it's a capital P problem. Here's how much they didn't care. I was 24 when I started, so I was on their insurance. And my parents saw the bill, and they called me, and they said, Lahiru, we're worried. Because it looks like someone is going to therapy under your name. They thought so little of therapy, they thought it was more likely that someone just stole my identity and used it responsibly. How bad could that person be if they were willing to work on themselves, right? No, but I clarified. I said, no one stole my identity. I'm the one who's going to therapy. And my parents were why? We're your parents. We love you. We'll take care of you. You could talk to us about all of your problems. And I believe them. But you don't cure food poisoning by eating more of the fucking food that gave it to you in the first place. If you are retching over a toilet, white-knuckling the seat for dear life, you're not going to stop and think, holy shit, I need more gas station sushi. That's not how this works. As I mentioned, I'm on the dating apps, I'm single, and I think one of the reasons that I'm single is that I'm not, I'm too lazy to put in the effort required to build a relationship, which is a common excuse. I think you'll hear that from a lot of single people. But I learned that about myself when I downloaded Hinge, saw that my phone didn't auto-log me in, and I just deleted the app. Immediately. And that sucks, because Hinge is definitely my favorite dating app out of all of them, because you've got the prompts, you're forced to be a little more creative when filling out your profile. But there is a prompt on there that I don't like, and that's, I'm overly competitive at blank. I I hate that prompt, because the most common response that I've seen is everything. I'm overly competitive at everything. And that's a dumb fucking response. Because, like, if you put in some sort of, like, sport, or video game, or board game, like, that's awesome. I'm learning about you, I'm learning about what you like to do. But I don't know why you'd say I'm overly competitive at everything, when you could just write, I'm not fun to be around. I'll ruin your night by being there. People don't take pleasure in my company. Like, these are all more informative ways of filling out your profile. I think another reason that I'm single is that I'm not very good at, like, navigating physically intimate situations. I'm very bad at it. There was this one time I was hooking up with this lady, and in the middle of it, she put her finger in my mouth. Yeah, and like the thing is, I wasn't weirded out by that, because people do weird shit in the moment, fine, whatever. But I don't know where one goes from there. Like, what happens next? So I'm in my own head, I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Suck on her finger, that makes sense, and go do that. And so I started to suck on her finger, and that was like for sure the wrong move. Because as soon as I started, she pulled her finger out and she was like, sir, just let me finish cleaning your teeth. I have to go home. Yeah, so I don't know what our relationship is anymore. Like, I still see her, but only every 6 months, so like, we'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and end with this. I don't know if you saw this, but there is a lawsuit out there. That's not how you talk about lawsuits. There is a lawsuit in which there's a couple in Texas who is suing Apple because their 12-year-old son was using his phone at a low volume with AirPods in when the phone got an Amber Alert. And the Amber Alert was so loud, the kid now has to use hearing aids for life. The kid was watching porn, right? Like 12 years old, AirPods, let's be real, that's what was happening. And that means that, like, now, loud noises are going to ruin sexual experiences for him forever. Or nothing will turn him on faster than, like, the first Wednesday of every month when they're testing their website.